The process have started. You watch the process and see. Mr. Boakai want to flash light on torchlight, and he making the worst mistake to look at flashlight and flashlight on it. That's a worst. Let me say a very big thank you for all your support, and let me say to you people, the process have started. You watch the process and see. Mr. Boakai want to flash light on torchlight, and he making the worst mistake to look at flashlight and flashlight on it. That's the worst mistake he's making. We see Mr. Boakai, instead of solving the problem that we have in the country, he's thinking about 2029, how he will rig the election, taking his personal friend and making him election commission chair. We think is wrong. We think he need to check himself to make sure that Liberia is very peaceful. We will not entertain anything against the will of the people. Any statement, any action against the will of the people, Mr. Boakai will have the people to contend with. Mr. Boakai will feed the Liberian people, and he will feed and see the action of the Liberian people. We want to say, Mr. Boakai, our soul has informed us that you've been having meetings, calling meetings with Mr. Yami Gbese. Having meetings with Mr. Yami Gbese, according to our souls, telling him that when my case, when I go up to the Supreme Court, he shouldn't give credence to my case. Mr. Yami Gbese, I want to challenge you and dare you to go against the will of the people. Then you will feed the people. You carry you the way he's going, because he's already become a failure. Mr. Boakai has become a failure to this country. He have abused and looted and robbed the interests of the Liberian people. We see one Zogo that call himself director of police, carrying complaint, talking about national security and going against national security. Are you the Chief Justice? Do you work with NSA to start talking about national security issue? The reason why you go to national security meeting, Mr. Zogo Gregory Como, is because you are there when they get criminal issue to talk about it. You know, hierarchy of any national security issue. The Justice Minister is close to the authority to talk about national security issue, not you. But you have been pushed by Mr. Boakai to do that communication, and we're here. Let me say to my supporters, I want to appreciate all of you people. We will not be deterred by the action of Mr. Boakai and Gregory Como. It will not make us afraid. You can silence anybody in the country, you can't silence me. The voice of the people will be heard, and the person that's supposed to speak for the Liberian people will speak. I remain be a member of the opposition, and the opposition will not entertain anything that will go against the will of the people. Let me say this to you, Mr. Boakai. You have a serious situation between Liberia and Guinea. People say, oh, you can say, oh, that Guinea must take the land. Guinea must. Look, I made my opinion. While trying to get on a flight from Ghana to come to this country, I received the communication. The statement from Mr. Boakai that was released by Kula Fofana, claiming that Liberia is claiming a land. So, you now understand yourself, Mr. Boakai, you contradicting yourself. As per that statement, you are saying Liberia is claiming Somali land. then you want to investigate me. You waste your time. There is a challenge between Mr. Boakai, Mr. Yami Gbese, and Mr. Yeke Kolobala. 2-1. I will challenge you and I will defeat you. Let me tell you something today. You think we'll be afraid to go to the Supreme Court? That's the only process we have right now. And we'll challenge the process to put you people on record. I made my opinion, and my opinion is of no harm to anything in the country. The situation was going on before I came to Liberia. I came to Liberia on the 16th. When the situation was already on. So I'm waiting for us to obey. I want to respect my colleagues. I want to respect people that want to take action and want to take. I respect them. But this battle is between Mr. Boakai, Mr. Yami Gbese, and Yeke Koloba. We'll see who will win. You think you will make somebody afraid here? You know how many bucket only that table in? You can never know the size of the bucket until the water finish in it. Finish the water in the bucket. Then at the time you will know you, Mr. Boakai, you cannot fly like untouched like. You want to fly like untouched like? You get a mixer. We'll challenge the issue. We will deal with it. We will discuss the issue. It is your responsibility to do for the Lebrepo what they cannot do for themselves. You get Malam Salib here. You get former President Weah here. You get Honorable Ellis Kume here. You get Tenwo Gonglo here. You get other people here. You think your one can solve the Lebrepo issue? Your one cannot solve the Lebrepo problem. You think Lebrepo like Joseph Boakai? You talking jelly one razor blade hitch in car as us? You think we're afraid of you, eh? If anybody afraid to speak, Nana Yeke, anything I say, I can justify it. You get veteran in a country. You think former President Weah can take his telephone to call France? You think Malam Salib can take her telephone to call the US and deal with contact people? You think Honorable Kumes cannot take a telephone and deal with contact people? You want to cause problem for the Lebrepo? You think the power that will draw you to is to abuse the trust of the people? You pass it around, you expel the man. Have meeting with who you want to have meeting with, Mr. Boakai. You can't do nothing to me. I challenge you. And challenge the Yami Gbese that I got information that you have a meeting with. I challenge you for you people. The process have started. It's Yeke Koloba versus Yami Gbese and Joseph Boakai. Oh yeah, you think we're scared to talk? And when they complete talk, the challenges will be there. Then the national security issue, we are scared for the talk. We were talking, I will not speak in the close. I will speak for the public to understand what I'm saying, to exonerate myself in the eyes of the public. So that people can know that you, Mr. Boakai, do not respect the people of this country. You are abusing the trust of the people. Let's start the process and see. The national security issue will keep it under the bucket. When I'm ready to explain, I will not explain in the absence of the public. The public will hear myself the story. You want me to be scared? You want flag leg, untouched leg? You Joseph Boakai, when you talk in jail, when razor blade hitch in car exhaust, you think I'm afraid of you, eh? If anybody afraid of you, call up for them. That is why I said, for the information that you get, you Mr. Boakai, and the information that I know, my life is being threatened by you. You better slow down and tell the Lebrepo what's going on and stop running behind Yeke. I made my opinion, you running behind me for my opinion. Lebrepo being displayed. You sat down here, you Mr. Boakai, under the watch of Yami Gbese. When you illegally remove people, you endorse the AFL to go illegally remove people. We are not saying the lane is not for AFL. Did you pass through the process? You Mr. Boakai, you talking that one razor blade hitch in car as well? Did the AFL go through the process to go and evict the citizens? Is that how you evict people? Or you just say one day because you get a representative, you say they play for me, you take it? That is not the law. Now because we make you president, you think you get power. The power is inherent in the people. not inherent in you. You were here eating cola, you don't have nothing. The Lebronpo is trusted you with a power. Then you want to let you who? You better solve the problem you get with Guinea and leave me alone. I am not your problem. The Lebronpo are being displayed. They don't have food to eat. Up to now, you are not even allocated money for LRC to go and carry something for the people. They go carry 25 beds. Our identify with Muslim people are getting 150 beds. That they go to display people, whole government, you get 25 beds. And let me let you know, the problem you cannot solve between Lebron and Guinea. We will solve it at the appropriate time. We will move into Guinea and come back the information you had it. We will come and tell the Lebron people, this is the information that Mr. Baka is hiding for you people. Because you know what you discuss with my colleague, with my friend, Dumuya, or with Dumuya. You know what you discuss. You know what President Dumuya told you. You know what you talk. You don't want to tell the people, but you want to distract the people. Oh, let me pinch the only place you cannot impinge me is my house. As long as I live, Mr. Baka, Mr. Yami Bese, I will speak. As long as I live. I'm going to explain myself. Then I tell the church security in the bed will call it asa. Will pass that bed so that the people can see it. You think we're afraid of you? You want to harass the opposition? You have to silence the opposition? I made my opinion. Even in the great United States, America is fighting Iran. People of parliament, senators, representatives tell Donald Trump, say, I stand with Iran. You who? Is it the democracy we fought for? Is it what we brought? To run after me? Mr. Baka, you run after me, I will run after you. It's a challenge. Now face the challenge and see. Now see how far the process go. Oh my man, and you know, the people will expel you. Expel who? Who got the moral to expel me? What did I say? I have not caused any wrong. That is why your chief justice, your justice minister said, my statement is not in any way harmful to this country. Because it was for your press statement that you released, I was speaking from. You say, oh, lay clean my library. And I said, if Guinea feed the land for them, that is why they are coming for it. You don't understand English? I spoke my English. Any English I speak, I can interpret it. So you got big issue, Mr. Wakai. Instead of running after me, go and meet all the comments, go and meet Tewa Gongo. All the people are here, Senior Fremont, all of them here. You have to work with the opposition to get Liberia liberated from where it is. Is Liberia your personal farm? When you talk, say you talk to the old man. Any old man that is reckless and irresponsible, I don't respect you. We will speak at the appropriate time. Anytime there is information, I will call press conference at this base, on this base, and express to the Lebronpo what information I got or what information I have. We're not going to talk about the national security issue right now. You can't scare. Tell me the opportunity, Mr. Parker, that when the Lebronpo will jump behind you and call you old man role and tell you all of the country because you have become a disgrace or an embarrassment to the country. Tell me the opportunity to stand before the media and explain myself. Then the thing will hardly on the chair as national security issue. The Lebronpo will know it. Give me that opportunity. I will speak at any time I want to speak. That's my right. Our job as lawmaker is to inform the Lebronpo on happiness. It is the right of the people to know who's supposed to inform the people. The reason why the poor district number 10 elected me is because everybody in district number 10 cannot talk for everybody. I was elected to speak for them. Will take you up. You will not win election. If I contest in district number 10 50 times, I will win. I have not changed my job. The same thing that your air responsible regular the information minister said, oh, you guys are only man. He's going to Maryland. He's going to Sano. He's going to look. Like today, you know the description of my job or my TOR. Now today you want to tell me my job, the job I'm supposed to do. The same thing I did. That Jeremiah Pierre brought his family people, his second girlfriend to come vote for me. I'm still doing the same thing. We sat down to the base, he came here. As he come with them, I want my girl. I said, yeah, sister, you not go vote. And today you want to discuss, you get moral to discuss me. Nobody in the country get moral to discuss here. I got moral to discuss people because I've been consistent about change. When you power, oh man. Joseph Boakai, you now oh man. You are just embarrassed yourself with drinking a lot of power and you can't talk good. You talk in general when you put razor blade in Ezra. You want flour there on touch there. You don't know who to joke with, huh? You know who you're small boy. Huh? I want to appreciate all my colleagues that want to vote. Go out! Go and vote! You think you will make me scared? We expel me. You cannot expel my property in Ghana. You cannot expel my property in London. You cannot expel my property in Dubai. You cannot expel my property in Lebanon. So you expel me, I will live better than now. Ask the poor best friend number 10 before I begin representing. They will tell you how we're living. They will tell you who Yeke is. You want fly there, untouched there? You're making fun. Let me say thank you. I'll take 5 questions because I have to go to another meeting.
The two major concerns. I'm concerned about your colleagues in the House of Representatives. Honorable Mama Bridge, there's a constant verbal attack on the person. How do you turn that? 2, the police, also within the police, has figured out that they don't want to people give the Virginia to the national police. You will be arrested for a statement made at the national capital. And lastly, you said that your life is at threat. Who is threatening you?
Mr. Boakai and his direct race are threatening my life. Look, Mr. Gregory Como, you don't need, you see, you just said that over there, misusing the power that you have. You are not LeBron National Police Director. You are Joseph Boakai Director of Police. You don't need to consult the speaker when you have national security threat about our made or national security threat against this country. The Johnson Militia can arrest me. You think I don't know that? I made no threat. I owe no regret for my relationship with anybody. I owe no regret for my statement. And I cannot, and I will not, and I will never reverse statement made by me. I made my opinion. My opinion must be respected. And everybody, if you're not in the opposition today, believe that you're doing it because of me. It will come to you tomorrow. Will you speak tomorrow? When dollar government come to power? Yes. You think the country is like Republic of Joseph Boakai? You want brought Beleboya, you feed them with salt to cook the Liberian people? Are you somebody with moral? You lack moral, you Joseph Boakai. Oh, I will provoke you to do the impeachment quick. I will provoke you to do the expulsion quick. I will provoke you to do the suspension quick. What you want to do? You want expel? You want suspend? You want provoke? You want erect? You want undertake? You want overtake? What you want to do? Why we can start the process? Just do one thing and achieve one thing. You ask a very good question. Honorable member, woman, my wife, got her right to say anything she want to say. Like I said in my earlier press conference, I am not going to make confusion with my woman. When one make confusion, remember bring myself make confusion to the house. Not in the public. Anything she wants to say, like I said in my earlier press conference, going forward, she not my concern. Why not all the job, remember bring will feed me. Why not, if I don't have job, remember bring will feed me. If I don't eat job, remember bring will feed me. She will feed on nature in there. She will feed them. She will not let them go hungry. So anything, remember, so yeah, anything you want to say, yeah? Somebody say, oh, you listen to President. I'm going to talk to President. Anytime you see me in session, I'll go straight to President. President, who got a background to eat. She will open her bed and get, look, I respect friendship. You think because she and myself are close, so she want to vote, she will not vote. It is her right to vote when she want to vote. I made no reckless comment. I made my opinion on issues that is being misinterpreted. And the Unity Party put a feel they can get to me. You won't get to me? The proposal suffering, get going up. The people can get food to eat. The people can get something to do. What I expect the Unity Party people to do is look. Go to a finance minister and say, these are the documents. They should not matter your ass. Why you deal with your money? Oh, I'll stay waiting for that paper. I'll stay waiting for that paper. You listen, you want for Joseph Boakai. You listen, you want for Not listen, people can find that way. You want to right. You don't see me talk. Have press conference in the corner. I always have my press conferences in the open, so you can understand it. Mr. Boakai, Mr. Joseph Yima Boakai, you can't do nothing to me. I challenge you. Since you don't know your function, to go laze on your colleague. My friend Dumuya to go laze on him, so you can solve the problem. If you don't know what you're supposed to do, that you want to get to, you know what your colleague that means one for. I will beat you before Dumuya beat you. Say you know what your colleague, say you know what the person is supposed to fight. You lead a fighting to well a fighting age, you want to come fight me? You scared of Dumuya? You scared of Dumuya? Now your friend, you say you president. Dumuya la president, you go there and go meet. Supposed to be advancing you, say, go to France. Go to France. France and Dumuya, they are now friends. France want to re-establish their friendship with Dumuya. They will not tell you nothing against President Dumuya. Let me tell you something today. You better go to that man, you better go get Malasalif, that Maradona, that veteran. You better go get former President Weah. The men that know how to make a way in the French-speaking country. You better go get Honorable Cummins. The men that know how to talk to veterans in the international war to help you solve that growth problem. You think that growth for your one, eh? You sat down here, you couldn't get food to eat. Stanton then was feeding you. Joseph John Weah was feeding you. Now today you know you own that bro. You wearing $700 shoe. Are you the one with the shoe on your phone? And say, don't talk. I will talk to Joseph Boakai. I'll raise my leg and use my personal money to bring him to power. It's to do the right thing. You think Joseph Boakai should have made a mistake? 46 years he worked in government, he must make a mistake. Huh? That John Weah should have been making a mistake. Because he just give no power for 6 years. Joseph Boakai, you worked 46 years in government. At the end of the day, you brought Bele go and give it salt to eat, to cook that grandpa to buy it for you. According to your own statement. According to your own statement, you Joseph Boakai, you told Kula Fofana to pull a press conference that you endorse on land clean Malebra. You understand yourself? If they lay for Guinea feed the land for them. Let they feed the land for them, so they're coming for it. That my statement looking at, you acknowledge as per your records, as per your statement, that the land is for Guinea. You know saying by saying the land clean Malebra. That means you acknowledge that the land is for Guinea and will claim it. You say you went to school. When President Trump asked you, Donald Trump asked you what school you went to, he said, I went to Makoma Foya High School. Look at you. Your embarrassment to yourself. They say, don't talk. Do I live with somebody? My man, they will tell a job from you. Do you know who Yeke is? They tell a job from you. No job can threaten me because job did not make me. I make jobs. I make job. Job don't make me. You think I know that Paul are hustling? Eh? I'm not a hustler. I've been around for long. As that Gregory, that Zogo, when he took part in my wedding, everybody that took part in my wedding, I bought their shoes, bought their coat, bought everything. Everybody that stood on my wealth. You look at Papa, you call it banana? What's wrong with you? You look at Papa, you call it banana? Just like I'm not hungry like you. Let me tell you something today. I'm not rich. I can afford it to feed my family and to maintain myself for the next 6 years. But the process will start. There's certain things can be put to hold back. That's what they think we get honor here. They call national security. They will not put in the answer. Hold me to the front. They will hold you to the back. And I will speak in the public. The Lebron people need to know what you're holding me for is not true. What I know, I will tell the Lebron people. What commitment you made, I will tell the Lebron people. You be like, don't push me. You think I'm scared of you, eh? You know what commitment you made to go solve your problem? You told me behind Yeke. You think Yeke like your labor, eh?
The president made a commitment to give the president.
You think I labor, eh? You know we make commitment or you will go labor a commitment.
What commitment you
You know, go ask him. Let me tell you, for one since he came from Guinea, he can't speak to the people of Liberia. He can't tell the people what's going on. And we investigate you that the one Guinea one. They told you that what doing you want. You better don't push me. When you push me, I will take it for honor this year one. Hold it up. And you will never push your name called Yeke again. I don't speak for nothing. When I'm speaking, that means I got it. That means I know it. I can never tell anybody my source. But I will explain what I know when you put me on the stand to the Liberian people so they can be informed. So they can know that you just another embarrassment or number behind you call age. Oh my man, you need to slow down. They put one source. Joseph Boakai, I challenge you 100 times. You can't do a thing to me. You para and won't do that. Let me tell you something today. Anywhere I acquire unlucky, you know what I say my left? I don't live in quiet environment. Anywhere I acquire unlucky, I like to fight. I love challenges. Then the Lebron people know you and myself who they mean. And you know what wrong country like Yeke you want wrong? You know what wrong country like Yeke you want wrong? You know you want me with Joseph Boakai. Your friend may call you your talk. You not tell the people what you talk. Like me, you want to bring your frustration to. You not get moral. You be like, take time before I talk something. And you know, I mean, the Lebron, you want the Lebron to hear?
take the news.
Yeah, so on to the last video, we are speaking on a report of DNS at the end. Listen to the last video, they have a huge accusation against the use of information. That according to you, that what we are listening from our own source, that report that the US 8 million was spent on national security, and report that there was a PR of the US 507,000 before he could speak on that video. Getting this speech, which you mentioned that, of course, you mentioned that the track pattern meeting as well, the common quickly that President Boakai agreed that the Guinea soldiers would cross the road wherever the war stops, where you see Guinea soldiers, they thought that we reported them money to me as diamond. On today,
You're going too long on saying that interview. You gotta be very brief.
On today, Mr. Pierre said that there's a gossip. And you are quite sorry, but like a part of irresponsible government. Okay, what you have to say?
I agree. But 6 years ago, he preferred me over his mother. You prefer the irresponsible man over your mother 6 years ago. You say my man said, can you vote for Yeke? So you know the latter or irresponsible. Look, let them move from behind me and fight the issue. We want peace in the place. Liberia and Guinea are being existing for long until Mr. Boakai came to power. What's the issue? What's the problem? Tell the people. Okay, Allah, why they not talking? I'm gonna talk before they talk. I'm gonna talk before Pierre they go talk. Pierre and Syria, man. They made a whole show to celebrate me and call me hero. He said he would prefer Yeke than his man. That's Syria, man, to listen to. No, when you see anybody too desperate, that's how they behave. Pierre they were too desperate to come to power to loot the country. And now what they are on. I owe no regret for my statement. I owe no regret for my statement. I can't take it back. Then you take me to court. I won't be going to that court. Let the court be disrespecting. Let the court be coming the law different way because of Yeke. Look, any case that is hindered before the Supreme Court bench becomes a precedent case. They will say when Yeke were there, Yeke made his opinion. And you say Yeke was wrong. So, Mr. Chief Justice, the case your judge before, your people judge before, they say Yeke made opinion was wrong. So they made to make opinion he wrong. We expect you to rule the same way. That's what they call precedent case. People make reference to matters. And they will make reference to Yeke. The name Yeke will be kept in the history of this country, in the archive. They will build special monument for the name Yeke and keep it there. Because I'm consistent. I'm not inconsistent. I don't jump from party to party. I collaborate with party. I collaborated with party to bring the Mr. Bwaka, they owe me rogue that want to remove me today, that think he can remove me today. He don't have the power. He can bring any money he want to bring. I will defeat him. The process has just started. Watch the process and see. Mr. Bwaka will bring the central bank that he did for the people packet. I will beat him. Because going against Yeke is going against the Liberal. I was never against former President Weah. I was against the system. Have the system changed? No, the system is ratty than ever before. This bunch of crooks, criminals, rat, thieves, are embarrassment to the country along with the postman. Joseph Bwaka, all the adjectives go to Mr. Thief, all men crook, all men rogue. Joseph Bwaka, I stand my statement. I will not revise it.
You were seeing the Grand Pastor over the weekend making some campaign statement for CDC. Are there plans of joining the Congress for Democratic Change, which over the past 6 years you discredit the system they were running?
Yeah, I did not discredit any human being. The system of what I was talking about. And have the system changed? I said no. I want to appreciate the CDC. CDC is a member of the opposition. They had a program. The program was very successful. If I not come and go there and say the program was successful. No, I don't join political party. Boss man, I'm an independent candidate. Very soon, I may become a political leader of this country. This is the headquarters that we are facing. Very soon, if I declare my intention, I'll become a political leader of this country. So the CDC too will need my support. And I will be asking them for the support to make me president of this country. So when Mr. Bwaka is even in a dead, he will be prosecuted. Look, the same law that Mr. Bwaka is disrespecting, that same law can be disrespected to bring it to check. So next time, when somebody come to power, you will not disrespect the trust of the people. Master got ambition. I could declare my intention very soon. When I declare my intention, I'll be political leader. I will say to former president, we are on the table, we'll discuss liberal issue. And we'll derive out something. And the opposition will have to be united.
Are you recommending
the opposition? Yeah, but the opposition cannot take any step until Mr. Bwaka call in the opposition. Do you want Mr. Bwaka that have become a failure already to say the opposition came in, they caused a problem? No. Mr. Bwaka is already a failure. So for opposition to wake up to go and do something, there must be ice. Then Mr. Bwaka will not go say recklessly and say the opposition, any attempt for the opposition to go by themselves, Mr. Bwaka will say, we wanted to solve the problem, it was the opposition that came in to worsen the situation. We know Mr. Bwaka. Mr. Bwaka is a crook. Any old man that is in there, it is something here that will go get belly go salt to eat, to come and croak people. He's not reliable. He's very reckless. Don't talk. They will take the job.
Representative, my name is Alice Sumo and I vote for today Liberia television. My concern has to do with the issue that you have against the president, that's President Joseph Bwaka. This is the president that you supported in past, and you call president, then the president, which is George Weah, all kinds of things. Now calling President Bwaka, all kinds of things, rule, criminal, whatever. But how do you think, like,
because no Liberal in the country get moral than me. I brought government. I use my resources to bring somebody to power. Show me one Liberal man that will bring somebody to power and say, I don't want job. I did it. I set the record in the country. I could have said to all the people we enjoy the country, loot the country for the next 4 years before I start talking. But before Joseph Bwaka took office, Joseph Bwaka told me that he was living on loan. We used to use our own money. I brought my trucks from Europe to do business. I used a truck and got damaged for running campaign for Joseph Bwaka. For me to go to Joseph Bwaka say he get 50,000 now to go get to the port to do that. Where you took the money from? Tell the people. Oh, they bought two rule. All and now Joseph Bwaka know a rule. You saw Joseph Bwaka when I was going as an individual to go and join the CPP to the United Party headquarters. He was saying that I mean laughing at the way quality. Party, quality, laughing, Sammy. He was celebrating because I was coming to make him president. He don't know. Go on my page. I will pull it back there. When I went to the Peace Island, I told my people in the district during the campaign time, I said, if you want vote for me to not criticize on the comments, for me to not criticize Mr. Barker, don't vote for me. I don't beg for vote. People gave me vote because they believe in the need Yeke. You taking Yeke to be joking? Yeke will solve the problem between Liberia and Guinea. What's the process?
My name is Dr. P. Wizard. I work for the Homeland Alliance. The past 6 years, you supported, let me say, you were part of the opposition, and you stretched out the past leadership. Now, you are going against the people you brought to power, and you are accusing the president elected that he's engineering your removal as a representative. What assuring? What have you viewed that he's the one on money or engineering your removal as a representative?
So before Mr. Honorable Fonati Kofa, Speaker of the 55th, was removed, Mr. Barker called Mr. Speaker Fonati Kofa on 3 different occasions. Say you got to remove Yeke. Mr. Kofa called me and said, Yeke, you got to be very careful. You got to slow down. I told him, I said, Mr. Kofa, you want to take my job, take my job. I never voted for you. Oh, no regret for voting against you. I voted for unity, for the opposition to come to power. And I voted for Rachel Kun as speaker. I don't voted for you. Go listen to instruction for the people. Today, who fought with Fonati Kofa? I fought with him along with all of these. People talk, they say, Mr. Kofa said, no, even trust me. Oh, Yeke will soon go speak Loma. I am not a Loma, not a local country politician. I'm a politician of the Republic of Liberia. I don't see Kante in my politics. I don't see trap in my politics. Mr. Barker sat down here. He said he gave job. He said,
we will be joined very shortly by Mr. Arvin Wisse. Arvin Wisse is from the CDC, chair the Youth League at the Coalition for Democratic Change. He'll be joining us here very shortly tonight on the show as we discuss a couple of national issues across Liberia. My name is Junior Payne, your regular host of the Heat Hour program here on BKS TV. On the Heat Hour, we see a dialogue and our confrontation. We see worries and our bullet. The Heat Hour comes your way every Monday through Sunday, beginning at 8 o'clock p.m. to 10 o'clock p.m. On the Heat Hour, we discuss issues ranging from politics, health, education, agriculture, and a lot more. The show has been relayed on Voice of Tapeta in Tapeta City, Nima County, and Voice of BKS in Mutual Town, Nima County. Let's try to bring you some quick updates across Liberia. But DK, good evening and welcome. How you doing this evening, Chief?
How are you, boss man? Happy belated birthday, begin. You okay?
Thank you, sir. I'm doing wonderful.
Say your birthday that today I see you. Say the boy you that today I see you. You know that?
Yeah. I'm doing wonderful.
Okay.
How you doing, Chief?
No wahala we do.
Great. So we should be joined by Mr. Wisse, Arvin Wisse from the CDC. He should be joining us here very shortly on the show. He's going to be our guest for tonight. But I wanted to give some few updates and you join us. But let's hear you what's on your mind, Chief.
To be frank, Joe, I haven't been following a lot. I think the training issue in Liberia might be the nomination of the new NEC boss, the border crisis, and the issue involving Representative Yeke. But yeah, is it with the issue on my mind with the NEC boss? Why I wanted somebody young, somebody very young to occupy the position. The person he appointed had a very vast knowledge in electoral matter. He worked with NEC for 16 years before he wasn't re-nominated by President Weah. In fact, from 2000, I think he worked with NEC from 2004 to 2020. So he have a very vast experience working with NEC. the issue about a partisan posture, I think that argument is lazy. Uh, because there's no law on the book that states that somebody should not have political affiliation before being appointed. If we want that, there should be a law to prohibit that. The only thing I know about is if you have party alignment before your confirmation, you should resign. And before going for confirmation, to the best of my knowledge, because I know that there are people on the commission now that were appointed by President Weah that contested on CDC ticket. So if we saying those things, and in fact, the point CDC is raising is not wrong. The point they're raising is not wrong because United Party raised the similar point too in 2020. Was that 2020 or 2022? United Party raised the similar thing. I will, if I were the president, I could appoint somebody very young from civil society to head the election commission with experience in electoral matter, not just anybody from civil society. Somebody with experience in electoral matters. So yes, that's the only thing I will say with the issue about Yeke. I think Yeke keep, when you talk a lot, you also indict yourself. Yeke talking a lot, and to me, he might be creating some problem for himself in the whole situation involving him and the colleagues at the legislature. And I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard
let me
anything.
ask you this. Yeke colleague at his colleagues at the legislature, they were not the one to raise this issue. At first, we saw a communication from Representative Smoke Colley, but now it is a communication that comes from the police RG, and this communication is being acted upon.
No, Joe, the thing with Yeke, and you are a lawyer. If people want to indict you and get you convicted, they look for a whole lot of sources that will link you to committing a crime or something that is linking to violating a law. So if the police have issue and police have issue, all those issues can be tallied together at once. And the only thing that I will be pushing now is they should get due process. Whether it's from the police, whether it's from the police, the only thing Yeke and a lawyer will be advocating for now is why everything they get against Yeke, they should gain due process.
So this is not my concern. The letter that I saw, according to that letter, Yeke's statement has some national security implication. And then the police IG is carrying a complaint to the House of Representatives. Why couldn't he arrest Yeke Koluwa? Is Yeke above the law?
So there are immunity, there are procedure. Some of the things that you see people lost in cases is when we do things haphazard. When there should be a chain of command, sometimes they call it chain of custody in criminal procedure. So there should be a change of custody on how you proceed. If the police director feel that they can channel the thing through the house, the police deputy inspector director for operation, that Freeman guy is an attorney at law. So there are a lot of people in the police who are lawyers. So maybe they might view the case and say, you know what, let's start whatever we have against Yeke, let's start it at the house. I don't know the procedure, I don't know what they want to achieve, but I'm just thinking out loud. That's the only thing I want to say on that.
So here is, because this thing, I'm a bit confused. The letter they sent, the letter is not like telling the House of Representatives, we want you to turn Yeke over to us for investigation for the statement that he made, but they are making recommendation that Yeke should be expelled. Why first they got to fry in Yeke being expelled as the police?
Maybe their tune and the recommendation might be wrong, but if they feel that starting the process with the House is something that they can do, I think it's not wrong. But sometimes people overact. Like, okay, the man should be expelled. I think there's certain things that's not in their purview to do that. So Let me enter the house, yeah.
Okay, great. Let me continue on the updates. Mr. Jeremiah B. Yegan is watching us here. Vic Sibling Assessment. Michelle Quion is also watching us from Radio Selector Compound in Ganta City. I'm pretty sure of that. Catherine Miller is also following the show here this evening. Catherine, welcome to the show. And let's bring you some few updates across Liberia. CEO, good evening. Welcome to the show this evening. How you doing, Chief?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, yes, sir. What's up, man?
Doing wonderful. How's
You
your
missed
end?
me. You missed me on the show, eh?
Yes. Let me get back to you shortly. I think I got Wisa here.
Okay. So, I mean,
Well, again, want to say welcome to all of you and welcome to today's edition of the Heat Hour program. Like we say in our intro, Mr. Alvin Wisa will be joining us here. He just called that he wants to join via camera, but then he's driving to Representative Foco House, so he's unable to appear via camera, but we can have the interview with him through a phone call, live phone call. So I think CEO, can we do that?
yeah, I think you should do that. Call him, and then interview him, and then from there we can continue the show.
Okay, maybe we can give him at most 30 minutes and let's see. Let's try. So again, we want to welcome all of you. Mr. Weezer is here. Let's try to get him. Let's try to. Wow, great. Good evening.
Hello?
Good evening, Chief.
Yeah. How are you, comrade?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you doing this evening?
Thank God for life, and we are grateful to the Almighty God for keeping us at this time, in the critical time where our country is facing the most fragile governance system and the total breakdown of the rule of law.
When you say breakdown of the rule of law, do you care to emphasize for it a little bit and let's start a conversation from there, Mr. Wise? Hello? You are muted. Well, again, if you
Hello?
just good evening, welcome back. You were muted, that's why.
Well, thank you. Like I said, I don't need to talk much because you understand, and everybody knows in Liberia, there's a total collapse and breakdown in the rule of law. The constitution of our country has been disrespected. Liberia's three branches of government is facing institutional collapse. There is systemic fraud and abuse of power. And Liberia today is facing a fragile democracy, and the system itself is very, very disappointing to the general women aspiration of the brown people. So that's the point. That's the point.
So let's do a bit by bit. Let's start with you from NIMA, and then we go to FOIA, and we go to national issues. The CDC have been quiet in NIMA since the election in 2023. Are there plans from the youth leave side to see how best you guys can have any other thing in NIMA, maybe going forward.
Yeah, um, the CDC is taking a tactical movement approach in Nima County, and I'd like to extend revolutionary salutations to our people in Nima County for their courage and to always stand defense in terms of supporting the national hopes and aspirations of the Congress for Democratic Change. Right now, at this point, we are having a tactical movement in Nima County, like we did few days ago in Grand Basso.
Mhm.
You can attest to the overwhelming massive rally that was shown out a few days ago in Grand Basso County. You saw December 6th when CDC amalgamated forces in Bon County,
Mhm.
and that was a serious human tsunami that came out. So similar thing, it's been replicated across the 15 sub-political divisions, but it is a tactical guerrilla movement. And Nima County is on a trajectory to receiving that overwhelming momentum, euphoria, and fresh impetus of the democratic wave that is sweeping across the landscape. So we are tactically moving into Nima County. Our bases are being erected, the forces are being accelerated, and by historical gradualism, we'll be moving into history very soon. Like we did in Grand Basso County, Nima is rallying gradually, but it's covertly being organized and being orchestrated. So we are making progress significantly across the 15 sub-political divisions, talking to our politicians in the tactical guerrilla movement strategy.
Now, I was in one intellectual discussion, and someone said the reason why the CDC was voted out was because of the collaboration between the opposition political parties at that time. But this era, the opposition political parties that comprises of the CDC, they are not holding together. We are not seeing any other reports like collaboration between opposition political parties. Are there any other parties that the CDC is currently collaborating with to see how best they can come back to power in 2029?
Well, at the moment, we have had previous collaborations.
Mhm.
As you know, the CDC is a conglomeration of different political parties that have organized itself into what we call the Coalition for Democratic Change, and by extension, we have been in business and partnership with other political parties, and those parties are still enjoying commitment and solidarity with the Congress for Democratic Change, by extension, the Coalition for Democratic Change. So yes, with the current systemic failure and the recurring system of bad governance in the country, one can assure you that Liberians will unite under the singular umbrella, and there'll be a convergence of the popular union of the people, coming together consciously to amalgamate effort in ensuring that the unitary tyrannical regime is brought to a political end. So we are talking to opposition political parties across the landscape, civil society movements, private citizens who have been very much disappointed about the current stage of bad governance and the massive exploitation and toxic abuse of power. We're talking to people across the different political landscape, political spectrum, and we're making significant effort in reaching out to every Liberian, our people in Nima County, Grand Jide, even in other countries across, and we're talking about how we can form a democratic union of the people, the popular union of the people, the assembly before history, so that we can be able to curtail and abrogate or the growing cancer that is not turning into a pandemic, a national pandemic. I'm talking about Bwaka and his band of criminals who are now de-imaging Liberia's reputation on it.
With the current rigmarole between the government of Liberia, I would say, and
level, and we can all come back to say we don't post this to redeeming Liberia from the hands of the I mean
So we say your network is okay, great. I hope he rejoin us again. If you are just joining us on the show tonight, you are listening to the Heat Hour program. Invited from line, we have with us Mr. Alvin Wiset. Mr. Wiset is from the Coalition for Democratic Change. He joined us here tonight to discuss a couple of national issues across the country, Liberia. See you. Good evening. Let's hear you what's on your mind first, and while we stay with our man to record us.
Yeah, I missed the show yesterday. And it was a little busy. You know, in America, yeah, the schedule can be tight
Mhm.
at times. So I tried to come on, but it was not possible. But it's a great thing having my namesake on the show tonight. There are so many things going on in Liberia today. A lot of breaking news. I've tried to keep up with them, but again, it has been a busy schedule here, so I've not been able to keep up with everything from the new NEC chairman to everything Yeke is saying in his interview to.
I think we have him back. Hello.
Yeah, hello. I'm on the line. I've been disrupted because there are a lot of calls coming, and we apologize for the kind of disruption.
Thank you. Now, taking you to the national issue now. Representative Yeke Koluba is being targeted. I would say that he's been targeted by the executive. Let me term it that way. What is the official position of the CDC? Do you think Representative Yeke Koluba should be expelled?
Well, for me, I know I come from a nationalistic and a background and a patriotic background. As a student of nationalism and patriotism, and there's something they call, an altruistic nationalist, meaning somebody who puts country's image first over personal interest. Personal interest. It will be a disservice to me to try to follow the bandwagon to making Yeke Koluba the subject of this national insecurity in our country that is nearing. That is prematurely taking abroad to civil war or internal civil crisis in the country. It's premature. I know. So I hear to discuss and make Yeke out of the subject because Yeke is not the subject. So I don't want us to even dignify the unscrupulous propaganda and try to dance at the gallery of the party propaganda. No, that's a distraction. That's a distraction. We must not look at it. We must not see Yeke as the subject yet. We must be telling the people in Nima County that Mr. Jeremiah Kungu is very desperate politically. He Joseph Yima Buakai, Otoma Pifala, and that of Humane. They are the one who, as on the Makona River, is leading abroad to civil unrest, civil crisis in the country. They are taking abroad to war. They are leading abroad to civil crisis, and such a behavior is we are having a dangerous photographic memory of while Liberians went to war 14 years ago. Jeremiah Kun and Joseph Yima Buakai, they have a money interest on the Makona River. So it is a subject. We must be able to deal with the subject and now focus on the distraction. The subject is that who caused the problem? Can we establish what the root of the problem? Who took money judges on the Makona River? How come the Guinean army have crossed today? They go across our border. I've been told even around Ganda, they're trying to go around our place. That bro is not safe. The flag of that bro have been brought down. They both took over the land. Our people are on a ground point. The Nimai must be able to call Kun to order. You cannot jeopardize the whole country's population because of your parochial aggrandizement and financial aggrandizement. So they have caused serious problems across border money activities leading abroad to a premature civil unrest. So there's not but Yeke. I hate to be very reduce that conversation. It's a serious national insecurity and regional issue security threat in our country. We have to discuss that. That is the problem. That is the problem. We have to go back to the root cause of the problem.
Do you think the government is following the procedure in which Representative Yaga Koluba should be offered a due process in this case?
I'm not interested in due process. The legislature. I am not interested. Click on my number. I am not interested in due process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think.
I am not interested. Hello?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I'm not interested in due process. You know that the legislature is a puppet legislature. It's been remote control by Jeremiah Kung. It's been by Bwakai. Some of people, the rest of the people. The very perpetrators of the crisis are the Guinean Liberian border. So we got due process. They now even give for a over due process as the boy here, they say now here, the dismissing people here, civil servants, the bastardizing tenure positions, and then violating the constitution. They talking about due process. That place you can get due process in, my brother. That place legislature like can go for due process. That place where they go demolishing people properties and people homes in the country. That place like serious place that you can go for due process. I don't waste my time over that place.
Yes,
no, I'm not interested in the cat and rap play at the legislature. I'm not interested in that discussion. There was a spineless group of rubber stand puppets that dance at the whims and caprices of Jeremiah Kung and Joseph Imam Bwaka. Those people believe they belong to the other squamata. Kung and Bwaka, they are one separate with two separate heads. Right? They believe in the other squamata. Those people must be they must be beheaded before 2029 politically and democratically, or else that group will go to war. The United Nations has spent billions of dollars for restoring peace and stability in our country. These people are taking our country to premature war. They ain't talking about living the conversation, talking about due process. To go to Yeke. You don't have a drama yet. We don't have a serious thing yet. Who go for the machine all the people river and causing national and regional instability? There is a Mongolo legislative due process.
So
that play the serious play.
Now let me take you to the next issue. Then we go to the CEO, and then DK will ask you. Then we take leave of you. Yesterday, President Joseph Yuma Bwaka appointed Jonathan K. Widow as chairman of the National Election Commission of Liberia. There have been concern raised by other opposition political party members that Jonathan K. Widow was seen affiliating with the Unity Party during the 2023 just ended election. He was working in the war room of the Unity Party, and now they are questioning his ability to lead the National Election Commission. Do you care to give us your personal opinion on this? And do you think the removal of the former, her resignation was also triggered by internal pressure?
Of course, the other Brown, Lassana Brown, resignation was politically motivated because of the clandestine manipulation support.
Oh my God. The network, he said he's driving, so we gotta bear with.
Are you getting me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead. We are getting you now.
Are you getting me?
Yes, sir. We are hearing you. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the removal, our first full resignation of David Eto Lassana Brown it was politically motivated and being orchestrated by the Unity Party, dangerous political maneuvering to continue to manipulate electoral processes to impose and who is democratically unfair to lead Liberia's Liberia's democratic processes. So yes. But the worst thing here is that Bwaka himself understands very well that Widow, Janetta Widow is they're trying to use him as an experimental guinea pig. He's an experimental guinea pig. They know very well he's not going anywhere. The Congress for Democratic Change or the Coalition for Democratic Change, the Youth League, in the soon coming days, will issue an official position on the puppets that is being decorated as a so-called quote-unquote a chairperson of the National Election Commission. That institution is an integrity institution. It's not for people who are loyalists and unmoderated political zealots and bigots for the Unity Party. I know. So Wheeler is a disaster in waiting, and he's going to take the country to chaos. It's a disaster. It does not meet the eligibility criteria democratically to lead because he's a partisan and he wears the badge of the Unity Party.
So
the official will come up very soon in a robust action to make sure that we don't.
But your party
will be commissioner in FOIA. You'll be commissioner to the Guinea border. We will democratically, politically, robustly resist Wheeler. Because we will not allow this country to slide to the chaos and chaos in the name of. So we'll respond to that very soon. There will be a press conference for that. Makamel forces will lead out the young people, and Wheeler will be history. Nobody going to allow that. It's a disaster in waiting. It's a calamity over that been placed for the National Election Commission, and you will not have a safe learning. We can assure you on that. You'll be a person non grata. In 4 years, you'll be election commission there. We're not going to. If people want to jeopardize the peace and security in this country, and by putting partisans, political zealots over an integrated institution, the Coalition for Democratic Change, Revolutionary National Youth League, and its allies and partners, collaborating forces, we will make conscious efforts democratically to make sure that disaster is aborted before 2029.
So your party, the CDC, appointed Telepe Reeves. She contested on the CDC ticket in 2014, during the 2014 senatorial by-election in Riverside County. How do you also balance it? Would you have been happy President Joseph Imabaka appointed her as the chairperson?
There's no evidence for that. That's a rumor. It's not very substantiated. There's the propaganda that Unity Party is trying to do. They have 3 names that were presenting: Gloria Muzusko, Josiah Jokai, and Wheeler. We have captured and we have intercepted the intelligence, and we know their political maneuvering. They are not concerned about governance. They are not concerned about the bread and butter issues. They are not concerned about the breakdown in the health sector and the backward educational system, the dilapidated rules. They are not concerned about the farm to market rule, LEC, issue of lack of business social services to the people. They're not concerned about settling the regional insecurity at the Liberian Guinea border. They're not concerned about those things. All in those barbarian heads, that power, the guys are intoxicated with power instead of addressing the issue. They are not told that people what happening at the border of the now. But they are not established. They are going to tell why is it the Guinean army is still presiding over the land. He's still telling what happening. They are over there. They're talking about power. They're just talking about power. What kind of government is that? What kind of useless government is that?
Thank you. Thank you.
You talking about addressing the security situation at the border? Then you stay talking about appointing election commission. That time they saw appoint election commission or you to address the security implication yet. Those are useless power intoxicated people that are not concerned about people's safety yet. But trust us, there'll be a spontaneous or even this country very soon.
Thank you, DK. Let's hear you can ask 2 questions of Mr. Let's start with the CEO. So you can ask 2 questions of Mr. Wise, and then we go to DK and we take leave of him. He said he's driving somewhere, so we can schedule another time to speak with him on the show.
Yeah, you already asked the question that I had in mind to ask my namesake. How you doing, my namesake? There you go.
I'm okay, my comrade. How are you, comrade?
I'm good. Thank you for coming on the show, man. Long time.
Thank you.
I saw you juggling forward, as we can call it, like bro tapping. I saw you tapping your football, and the caption you had there was political football. I said, man, my comrade still got skill. But here's my question to you. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, go ahead. Maybe the comrade could relay your question if I'm not getting, but go ahead.
Yeah. Just one question I have, man. Not really a question, but a statement to some extent. So we saw recently Honorable McGill in Grand Bassa County, and we saw the crowd that he pulled there. So a lot of people show up to embrace the event. And no one will doubt the fact that people show up. And then they also have other folks on the side, the UP people and other people from the opposition, let's say from the ruling party, will say, oh, man, that crowd a crowd politics that will know what crowd stuff can do here in Liberia. Just regular thing they're doing that it will not really materialize. But from your end, as a CDC, I think you should be encouraged. You should be excited to see that. That's just Honorable Maguire alone, not even other big people from CDC hierarchy. What message you think this is sending to the rest of the country when it comes to CDC readiness to bounce back?
Thank you. I think it sends a very strong and powerful message for 2029, right? On a 2 years time, and the people are gravitating towards the opposition. You see people rallying to opposition programs. The 3 different rallies, October 18 rally, December 6 rally in Bon County, and the rally in Grand Bassa County is a dangerous warning, it's a dangerous appeal that the government is losing democratic legitimacy. Power is now transferring back to the people, the custodians of power. Is that normal? That the president around be fighting war in Guinea while we're rallying the people across the country. Look, we will reduce the United Party administration to 1 term. The CDC is sending a very powerful message. You saw what happened in Grand Bassa? You saw what happened in Grand. It tells you that the people made dangerous mistakes and they are about to recorrect that mistake. So it is a testament and manifestation of the disappointment in the people that why they came out massively. We're not in the ruling party. We cannot carry NTA buses. We're not dollarize our place over there. I can opposition rally whole Grand Bassa County and you see the people coming all over the place. Grand Bassa, you see the people coming out. So it tells you that the rallies are on. The forces are now, I'm not recalibrating. The forces are reuniting. Right? The forces are reuniting. So let them go take Lucifer and the May Election Commission, they think they can steal. No, we will barricade and politically quarantine the people. And you understand? Thank God that the borders are locked. Guinea border, nobody will run away. We'll double there then. They won't go bring weed up. They can't steal election. There will be a cataclysmic political showdown in Liberia history. You think we're joking here? We're going to start dating our business. Y'all go bring weed up. Y'all go bring weed up. Y'all go bring Brother Como and Election Commission. We yeah. You think that 2023 where we say, oh, for the sake of peace and all and stuff, we are resolved, my brother. We're facing our party here, got a brand new party here, got a move on, you come and do candidate tour.
Thank you.
Any action here, there will be counter reaction. Politically, thank God the borders are locked. Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
You don't get plenty of you want to political wage? Well, go to the battlefield. Look, you demolishing people who say, yeah, motorcycle then, yeah. You think you got legitimacy, yeah?
Yeah, I think I'm
where you got widow?
I think I'm my last question.
Politically, I'm gonna show you that.
Go ahead with your question, CEO.
Thank you. You know, that was my take on that. When I saw the rally, I was thinking the same thing. But here's my last question here, namesake. So recently, oh my God, can you? Recently, there was this video online where I think Senator Dillon was being interviewed. I forgot which station it was, and they asked him to say, "Why don't you criticize Yeke?" And he said, "I think his answer was, I have no moral to criticize Yeke." Basically, what Yeke is doing is the flip. Yeke has taken President Weah head off of there, and he has replaced that with President Bouaka. So the same thing he was doing to President Weah is the exact same thing that he's doing to President Bouaka. To me, so we see it from a hypocritical point. I think there's a little hypocrisy when it comes to the way people, the Unity Party now, people who are in power now are going after Yeke. There's the same Yeke man that was here batching and going after President Weah back to back in this place. And they all hail him. They all call him Messiah. They were all excited, Donnie and Wani with him. Why do you think today Unity Party is angry and so upset at Yeke for doing exactly what he did back then to President Weah, and they were all hailing him and happy about it?
All right, Yeke was what, you know, Yeke, Prophet King and the rest of the guys. Those are the Frankenstein monsters that they say Unity Party made them, so they come after them, you know. So we don't want to, like I told you, 7-7, and I'm taking pay. That should be our concern. The objective condition, the material condition of the people, we must focus on the issues. I understand we are concerned about hospitals, hospitals are going bankrupt because of the lack of medication, and patients are turning around hospital beds because no medical supply. You know, seven not take pay as I speak to you. People owe the people almost 1 to 2 months, and the people are not strangulated economically. We have a situation in the country where there's regional insecurity right to the Guinean border. So you want me to get a shot there? I can get issue be equated and consummated into the brand butter issue in the country. I know. So we have to deal with the issues. Like I told you, it is a distraction. I don't want to make Yeke a subject over the material condition of the mass of the people. I mean, when people go to the market and Yeke, they can go buy. The tea prices have escalated. Tea prices have increased. I mean, there's massive issue of gas shortage where prices of gas are escalated. People are turned to pedestrian and they are all around the place working, no cafe. Children are going to school, people are going to work, students are passing around, they're walking from place to place, they don't go to school, and you say, yeah, okay. So, I mean, we don't have a big national conversation around issue, we have to decent, I mean, we have to, need personality, out of this and focus on what is happening in the homeland. Let us obtain, I mean, in terms of the brand potential in the country. I mean,
Thank
so
you.
what did you do with them? What did they do? What did Prophet Key do to them? What did they do to Prophet Key? But we have no idea on the caliber they and Prophet Key and home. We have
Thank-
no idea on it.
Thank
What
you.
we are saying here is that our security issue, our level is at risk. Our flag is being brought down. I mean, the people citizens are in fear, they live in panic, and Liberians now are suffering than ever before. The United Party is a disaster. It's running the country in chaos, and we are asking Liberians to rally to be able to save the state and to redeem the Republic of Liberia and restore dignity to the sovereignty of Liberia and to reclaim the presidency and restore rule and order over our democracy. That's our concern. I mean, don't forget. I mean, Yeke is an opposition. I know, but for you to say, that place over there, Yeke was over there when the boat went after Fonatico and they poked pepper spray people in that place. I mean, Yeke was over there when the people people who are taking position out. Yeke was over there when 500 EPL officers were thrown out of that place. With personal vendetta. Yeke order when 700 of the comrades were dismissed. And in fact, Yeke other people, we want them that do business with the United Party. United Party is a disaster in terms of governance. They didn't listen to us. And also, Yeke is saying what we have said to him during the 2020 election. He's saying nothing strange yet. You know what I'm saying? He's saying nothing strange yet.
Thank you.
He is saying what we said to him. So we don't have to focus on what the CDC is saying because we said those things to Yeke and they did not listen. So Yeke is buttressing our conscious effort and we are glad that he's doing it. But we are more concerned about what happened to the state, what happened to the economy, what happened to the security, education, rule of law, health, agriculture. Those issues are our concerns. And we have to deal with them expeditiously because time is running out. The United Party is operating on borrowed time. The state is in total crisis. And if we don't make significant intervention, the Bureau of Peace and fragile peace will slide the abyss of pandemonium and conflagration.
Thank you, Kadri. Thank you for being here tonight. It's been a wonderful conversation with you. I know you said you are busy. You're going at the resident of Representative Foco. But before we take leave of you and while you give us your parting comment, you've been standing beside your former finance minister with the case currently before the court. Recently, we saw you guys in a video where the minister are very happy coming from there. And the reports we gather from the court is that the judge allow a printed account, a second-hand evidence into to be admitted into evidence. What say you on this case? Do you think that this case has the propensity to bring the national security issue in the country outside?
Of course, that's what they are doing. I know. I grew up Muslims called mother or own daughter in that place over there. They free her. The party people to kill the auditors. Today they're not running after the perpetrators, those who murder the auditors. Army Moda is walking free. All the guys who stole, they passing around. They are passing around. Brian Magay passing around. Passing around. Double data the man who The man who raped, gang raped the 15-year-old boy with primitive tools. They are all passing around. They going after an intellectual Samuel Detour Jr. How you go tell the man to go provide sensitive and secret security information to the public? What kind of government is that? Eh? Have you ever seen people call finance minister to go tell people on to disclose to the public secret and sensitive security matter? That is the stupidity they carry to the border over there. How the Guineans so on teaching them governance and security. They don't know are the most, the fund of people, the worst group of people ever. They're looking for evidence all around the place. Almost 2 years now, they can't find evidence to how they go to return something to it. Eh? They say they go burn down the Capitol building up to now, no evidence. The government is irresponsible, my brother. So it's a political trial, and that's why we stood with me. And we'll continue to stand in defense of the Coalition for Democratic Change. And that's what we'll continue to do. Someone is innocent, and you remain innocent. The guys understand very well that he's a versatile, well knowledgeable character who understand the latest and educations of the economic matters in the country. So they're trying to silence the critical. They're trying to silence Samuel Detour Jr. But we know that it's a political trial, and that's why we went there in solidarity, and we'll be there tomorrow. Citizens who are listening, who are following, you gotta assemble tomorrow. We'll always be there. Moving forward, we will protect all officials of the Coalition for Democratic Change who honorably honor our stewardship, led Liberia to one of the prosperous eras in the history of our democracy. And we have no regret of standing by Samuel Detour Jr., and we'll stand by him tomorrow, we'll stand by him today, and we'll stand by him forever.
Thank you very much for being online this evening, Chief.
Thank you. It's a pleasure always to speak to our people through your platform.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That was the voice of Mr. Arvin Wisa. Arvin Wisa is the chairperson of the Youth League for the Coalition for Democratic Change. He joined us tonight to discuss some training issues across the country. We've gone 1 hour, 17 minutes in the show. I want to say welcome to all of you. Those of you listening to us via radio, I want to say good evening to you and welcome. And those of you too also listening to us via Facebook and YouTube, we want to say welcome to all of you and welcome to the Heat Hour program here on BKS TV. CEO, you listen to Arvin Wisa. What do you think of his statement, those things he said? And then we can go to the recent appointment by the president, Chudeton K. Widow.
I think it was good. I'm a big fan of Alvin, not because we have the same name, but first name, but he's a great gentleman that I like the way he speak to issue, and I like the way he carry himself. But I think the concern that he raised, that is a concern, or those are concerns raised across the board as it relates to the opposition. Starting with the border issue. The border issue he raised, he made some claims there. Tried to talk about the root cause. What is the reasons behind this whole border thing? He called a couple of names there. I think we've all been hearing those names, and we've all been hearing rumor around. He talked about that, and also he talked about the way in which they are addressing the issue. I listened to Hank Kingley, and he's very careful and measured when it comes to making his point, sending his message, making his point goes across, while treading carefully when it comes to the national security issue. His point, as far as the frustration goes, the way things are going, I think most people, even those in position, will also say the same thing in terms of the way Guinea stuff there. But yeah, overall, I think that was a great interview, even though it was short. But we want to say thanks to him for always coming on our show. I think this is the second or third appearance to speak to the people. And I also like the fact that he's standing with his partisan, which is the former finance minister. I've not been following the trial since we came from online here. But overall, I think it was a good interview. You asked him some really great questions. and he answered my question to him about the way people will look at the turnout that happened in Grand Bassa. I don't care what people say about it, a crowd, this and that. 2 years into the presidency or 1 year, opposition comes out and pull out that type of crowd in the absence of that political leader and just Honorable McGill. That actually sends a message. But yeah, you did a great job. You interviewed him and you were able to put your question that you were asking. Some great questions.
Thank you. I think some of the things he said there, he's a good intellectual.
Yes.
Now, he spoke of Yeke Koluva and then the leg of Prophet Key and other people. Like you asked him the question, when one of those radio station interview Dylan, and Dylan said he has no moral to question what Yeke is doing currently because just the same thing he was doing yesterday to former President Weah, now the same thing he's doing today. So, and this is sad and frustrating that you will see some of the videos, some of those top government officials that we know today, some of these people were beating their chest yesterday for Yeke Koluba. And nothing has changed.
Even the information minister, he said,
Yeah.
the information minister said, I'm not cutting you, he said, in one of the clips, he said, a good friend came to him and asked him for support in District 8, no, District 10, right? And he told him, man, he said, even if my mom over there, I will still vote for Yeke. That's what he said.
So I saw that clip. Now you see, and nothing has changed here. Yesterday we used to see Yeke Koluba go back jersey football. He take it to the executive mansion. He said he's going to present that jersey to former President Weah because Weah went in Europe. He went there to advocate for the people of Liberia, but instead he went to play football and all of that. And the way we Liberians we take politics to be, they feel like when you are in politics, you cannot do anything with your life again. Everything should just be dedicated to politics. Every day should be politics. You wear clothes at politics. You do this at politics. But yesterday was fine. Today now is becoming bad. And my problem with this entire thing is the fact that you're seeing the police IG writing the House of Representatives, and his communication is about to be acted upon by the House of Representatives. Now, in the communication, they said national security issue. If this thing has to do with national security, I asked TK earlier, why is it that the police IG cannot arrest Yeke Koluba? Is Yeke above the law? If his statement has to do with national security, like the letter from him said, why is it that they cannot arrest him and prosecute him?
So the letter came from the IG?
From the IG. The letter came from the IG. I think I should. I think I have a copy of that letter.
So that letter is different from
Safoko letter. Yes.
Oh wow.
It's different from Safoko letter. So the letter from the IG was the letter that yesterday when they had the leadership session on business before the speaker or business on the speaker desk, which is Article 5 on the agenda. They had a communication from Honorable Gregory W. Coleman, Inspector General of the Liberian National Police, against the conduct of Honorable Yeke Koluba, raising serious concern for national security and public safety and state stability. And in the letter he sent, he made a request for the expulsion of Honorable Yeke Koluba.
Yeah, that again, that question you asked, that's actually a salient question. That's a really good, great question. You, the police commander, you, the IG, if this man broke any law that went against, especially the country, talking about the national security, why don't you arrest him or take it to the court? You're talking about expelling him from. How is that your business? Why can't he use illegal means to be able to get him out? Because he should know more than anyone else, because he should know what he's talking about as far as it being a national security implication. You should have all your facts. If it's that grave, but you send it to the lawmakers, to the speaker, to be able to act upon it, that means like you are not utilizing your office or the power that is vested in you. So so when they keep doing that, it will end up snowballing and will look just like a political witch hunt. it will show clearly why Yeke is saying that they are going after him because he disagreeing with them, or they are trying. Because when I listened to a clip today briefly, what he's trying to say was they are trying to divert attention from the main issue, the core of the issue from that is happening at the border. Everything now has turned instead of the border. And when you look at it, it's true though. People are not really talking about the border too much again. Everybody like yeke. So the real thing, the real issue that is happening at the border there, the men are still there. I saw the men, one video, the men are playing football. They're still on our
Yeah, the
side.
man, yes. You listen to your name say this, Eileen. He said they are trying to divert the entire country attention from the real issue that is happening at the border and bringing it to Yeke Koluba situation. Now, the government is not updating the Liberian people as to what is happening at the border there. Nobody knows what is going on. And then now, the entire thing has been with Yeke, and nobody's speaking about the issue at the border. So the government not saying anything, the Ministry of Information not saying anything. But when journalists go there to report, and you will see the Ministry of Information coming out to say those information are not true, they are not correct. Now, no journalist going on the scene again to do any reporting. Everybody's sitting there. The government itself, in our daily press briefing, they don't mention about those things.
Yeah.
And it's only about Yeke Koluba.
Yeah, I think there has to be a strategy because if you have the whole government, the hierarchy of the government going after, okay, what Yeke said, for me personally, I disagree with him. I said was wrong, and actually I'm one of those against that. But I think they are pushing it far. So he said that thing, and he has moved on, and we all know what he said was not the right thing. But going after him instead of focusing on what happened at the border, the main issue. So what is the security implication there, the threat that unless they know something that we don't know? Because when you
that's the point. I think they know something that we don't know, and I think they are not following the rightful procedure. Because now, if the communication would have come from one of Yeke's colleagues asking for maybe some kind of internal decision to be taken against him, I would have agreed with that. But then this communication came from the police IG. The police IG have the authority to arrest anybody that he believes that person breached the peace and security of our country. If he believes that Yeke did that thing, why he cannot go after Yeke to arrest him? But he's sending a communication and making a request within a communication. So sometimes they are the same people.
Because when you listen to Yeke Kinley, Yeke said, well, maybe I will pull that stuff and I will talk. Because Yeke is stating that he and the guy from Guinea, they are friends. You see, they say the place where fire come from, the place where smoke come from, fire can be there.
Fire can be there.
Yeah, so you see, he's claiming that there is more to it than is being let out. And when they push him, he will talk. When they push him, he will stand in front of the Liberian people. When he up there, he will talk and he will say everything. He claims that the president went to meet the Guinean president and then they talk. Whatever they talk there, but the president is not telling who he loves. So my thing is, I listen to my namesake and I have to agree with it because every time we brought Yeke's story up, he tried to backtrack. He tried to push it to the other side and flip it to the bread and butter issue, the real issue that are affecting Liberians. So the question now to the government, everybody else is, does the Yeke issue outweigh the security issue at the border? So because we should be talking about the government should be focused, the IG, the speaker and the president, everybody should be focusing on what happened at the border, and they should be talking to the Liberian people, telling us the update. Instead, the past week or two has been Yeke. So it's a political game. They just flip everything and just turn it over, and everyone is just talking Yeke. Nothing else.
Great. Now, before we go, let's discuss this issue. Chinedon K. Widow was appointed today. I know you've not been active on the internet today.
No, but I got my take on that. I think I can speak to you.
Great. So here is the Chinedon K. Widow.
District of Jozo, they swept the district of Bonjama, and swept the district of Salaye, they swept the district of Jozo, they swept the district of Bonyama, and swept the district of Kolahu. The only contest is in Foya, the flag bearer Hulu, where the difference is about 3,000 difference between the both parties. That is it. In Bon County, which is another populated county, UP and CDC are at the top, neck to neck. It is assumed that at the end of the day, when all the districts are clean and the precincts are reported, UP will have a slight lead, according to the statistics we have. In the county of Bassa, UP and CDC are at the top in Grand Bassa. And in the county of Bomi, UP won a clear victory of more than 80% of the vote. In Cape Mount was the same. In the western county of Bapolo, UP has a clear lead, a comfortable lead in Bapolo. That is it. With more than 90% of the record of count, the 5,890 record of count across all the centers in Liberia available, 90% of it with the UPL line. It is clear that the UPL line will win a one-round victory. That's the statistics we have.
So on the overall, sir, my name is.
Now, I don't want the journalists to ask him question. CEO.
Incoming, Elijah Community Chair.
Yes, sir.
The Hara Babu beat announcing 2029 Elijah.
So, without having the full result in his hand, but I don't blame him though. He was working for his padam,
Yeah.
so he would have done the job properly, like he did. My only fear here now is this person who have this kind of affiliation. Will they be very neutral? Even if they say, oh, maybe I resign from the party, I no longer serve with the party, I no longer do this, will they be fair enough? See, you got civil society organization in Liberia, you got expert. I listened to your friend and brother today. He had a one cent on this appointment thing. Miami wrote today. Miami said, no, they do not support this thing of the president appointing this man. Now, you got these people, experienced people in the country, very independent people who have integrity. I'm not saying Mr. General K. without he doesn't have the integrity, but now, how can you appoint someone who has worked in your war room, a very close ally to you, you appoint the person as a chairperson? This is the person that has the power to announce who is the winner of an election. And Anderson Miame said he expressed concern that, whether or not General Kiwida will be independent enough, come 2029 or any other election that we'll be going into, whether he'll be independent enough. Our country is still fragile. You listen to we said here tonight, he said, anything that go the contrary, they will have their own force. They will react to it. Now, I want to ask you this question while you make your take. Do you think the Liberian Senate should confirm General K. Widow if he appears before them? With this video you've seen, just this video you've seen, nothing else from the side, nothing, with just this video.
Let me try to address it two folds.
Mm-hmm.
The very first one is to your question. Is he going to be neutral? Human nature, this man he has natural, like right now he got connection with Unity Party. And as far as neutrality, that's subjective. And as a human being, right, as a person looking at everything, being this is Africa, this is Liberia. Would he have the ability or the capability to sway, do something? That's a huge possibility. That's a huge possibility. Is he going to be fair? I mean, just like you over there, Liberia and Rwanda playing football, and you maybe they make you ref. That's why if you see when teams are playing, they don't use someone from that country to officiate the game anyway, because it's human nature. Your instinct tells you that this is my people. I have to help them. So to answer your question, Clecker, I don't think he's going to be neutral. I don't think so. I don't think he's going to be neutral at all. I think it's a recipe for noise. Even if you try to be neutral, even if Unity Party wins free and fair election, it's going to be noisy. The people will say, "Oh, you know that man, I probably cheated." So I don't think it's going to be a neutral move. I think there are several people there that could have been appointed to show some form of neutrality and to make the decision somewhat better, in my view. Now, there's no way President Barker will want to elect or appoint someone who's not going to be in favor of their party. That's a political thing. I think CDC did it before, and anyone who's there will do that. They usually do that, and we don't. That's why he's the president. Well, I think if you want to avoid noise, if you want to avoid chaos and stuff, they have other people there who were. I don't know if he knew that these videos were out there and he knew the level of work the man did for Unity Party, but this is going to haunt him. There's no way you can divorce this video, this particular video, when you play it, and then you see the man giving election result 2029. Anything you say is going to be questioned. In fact, what the young beginner will be doing is they will start playing the announcement. They will start comparing it to this video, and there might be more of these type of videos coming from around. So it's a tough thing. I think is, to me, if I were in that position, I wouldn't have made that call. I would have tried to look for someone who from a different background, who's not seditious, who's not Unity partisan, someone that will appear to be neutral. But I know some people will make the argument out there's no one neutral in Liberia, no political neutral. Yeah, but man, you can't get someone that call Unity Party that work in the war room to be 2029. To be
They may declare Unity Party one-time victory.
what a victory. That's what I'm saying. 2029, the people just rely. You know you got the power now.
So let's assume, say maybe you're in a House of Senate and then you got your vote. Will you vote for him to be confirmed?
Yo, I wanna voted for him. I would have voted against him, not because of his qualification, not because of but I just think it's a huge conflict of interest. Yeah, it's a massive.
I agree. I agree with you 100%. You know, I saw the National Election Commission today. They put a fact sheet about him out there that he has worked in other countries like Kenya. He has worked with the ECOWAS. He has worked on so many electoral committee, from Kenya to other countries. He has worked with ECOWAS and all of that. And then one question that I asked myself, like you just said, the neutrality aspect. For example, you're taking me as a Liberian, you're making me, the referee in a game between Liberia and Rwanda, and you expect me to be fair. Now, with the issue of ECOWAS, this guy got no fish to fry in ECOWAS thing. He going there to serve professionally. ECOWAS is made of different bodies, so he will not do anything stupid. Likewise, going to observe election in Kenya, he will not do anything stupid. He will do the work professionally and he will leave. But now we're speaking of where he hails from, Liberia. And this is a country that our election has always been fragile. The election, the first election of Madam Ellen, we had peacekeeping force in the country. Even the second election, we still have peacekeeping force. 2011, we have peacekeeping force in the country. Now, 2017 was our first election to be conducted by ourselves on our own. And CDC handled that election perfectly. Perfectly. They didn't go back and forth with the result. They accepted the outcome of it and they left. They turned over power peacefully. The world watched it. But now looking at this man, looking at this old man, he's a professional man with the criteria that I saw for him today. Very good old man. But will he handle the National Election Commission like Debiata Brown Lasana did? I would say no. That old lady, even though she was appointed by George Weah, and there were a whole lot of speculation that, oh, this was going to go wrong, but she handled the result perfectly. She served and she left. But Janito now, the video we see, there will still be some senators that will vote him. This is where the problem comes.
So, but
I don't have
the lower upper house, like Alvin was saying, I don't really, I'm sorry to say that, not in a negative way, but I don't take them seriously, like in terms of people who stand for who you would think when, in the US here, when the people on the hill there, when they are, you don't have to worry as citizens, you don't have to worry because they will do the right thing because everyone is on record and they are accountable to their constituents. When they come back, the people can question them. But the minute out there, they're doing their own thing. Who's going to stand in front of that? Who's going to stand? Who over there will stand against this appointment? I don't see it. I don't see it. It will be a slam dunk. So
I agree with you. And you see, those guys, they have the reputation for doing the wrong thing. With all the concession due they've been passing,
Yeah.
and then we will go before then, they will stay except Widow. They will confront him. We will say he's a changed man. He was working on a contract. They will take that into consideration. And the reason why country go to civil war, civil unrest, is because of election result. And I like the way the civil society has started to come out very early. Because listening to Anderson Miami report today, I believe that they will push the issue diplomatically with the government. And I think the government should listen to them. The government should listen to them. DK was here tonight. He said, oh, there is no law on the book that say when you are affiliating with any political party, it means you should not be appointed as election commissioner or election chairperson. I agree with you, DK. Maybe the law is not there, but ethically speaking, is it right that somebody who is affiliating with a political party and then you pay that person chairperson? The goal here is for this man to make you the winner. That's the only reason you appoint them. And President Baga has the power to appoint, but also the Senate has the power to reject. And I think the Senate should do it this come around. Let's protect our fragile peace we have in Liberia. Let's not try to do anything that will take us to those days that we don't want to go back to. Because for me, I have zero confidence in this old man. I don't know him. I have not seen him before. This is my first time hearing his name. But with the videos that I've seen for him today, including this one, I don't think he would be independent enough to handle that place. We're talking about a chairman here, the chairman. He presides
the man that would decide, basically, he would decide election results.
The chairman. People are saying in 2023 that, oh, when Brown Lasana giving the last election result, she will be in flight, and then journalists will just be there with her. As soon as she announced the result, the flag just pick up, they go put her somewhere that she will be. But it didn't happen that way because the CDC respected their integrity. And if there is one thing I respect the CDC for, was this just in the election, the way they handle it, the way they handle the result. Everybody thought it was going to go stupid. Everybody thought it was going to go somehow. After seeing the election from Nigeria, people started to say, no, Liberia will be the same. But when the result came out, all the major news outlets in the world, they carry it. Everybody carry it. Because looking at the history of Liberia from the 1985 election, where according to history, people were pointing gun at people to vote, they thought that, okay, the result it might happen the same way too in 2023. But no. But now you're bringing a chairman who has worked in the war room of the Unity Party, that know the stronghold of the Unity Party. You think you will wait for result from those places? Once you get a result from Rivers there.
Breaking the thing down, he said they're going to be one round from. Well, I think this is going to be hard to sell. Morally, like you said, the president has the right to do it, but You don't want to. You don't want to put the country in a position where there will be, room for noise. And this is like you said. My cousin Anderson said it right. I think the president should avoid that. Should be, and this is just a start, though. From my understanding, it's going to be more to these type of appointment as time goes by. I think United Party will lose by 17,000 votes, and they probably are talking one round victory and can announce it in favor of CDC come 2029. Not going to happen. I forget you and flip that number, right? But all jokes aside, it's an interesting call. But again, he's a professional. I know we had laughing joking about it, but he's a professional. He made a call. Like DK said, there's no law in the books that prevents that, but yet and still, you gotta look at it. The reality, what this has a propensity to be questionable.
So why couldn't the president just do a CNSA at the National Election Commission instead of bringing somebody outside? Even though this president has served there before, I agree. But a CNSA clause could happen in that place where you take the president next, you just put them in a position because they are independent.
They're setting up. They're preparing, setting up. They
are setting up, and this is not good. This is not good for our security. This is not good.
Yeah,
this is the country where we see police officers doing their own thing, working for the executive. They work according to the will and pleasure of the executive.
But the thing is, they have plenty of people there that could serve. A lot of people, a lot of competent, a lot of legal people that could come there. Competent, well experienced, highly experienced, well versed in different electioneering items and stuff that you could have put over there to run it. But
I know there will be
it's a tough decision. But
I know there will be
it's politics. They have to put someone who is the interest.
I know there will be a senator that will ask him this question as to this video. Why is this video trending on the social media? What is your relationship with the Unity Party? And I want to listen to his response. I really, really want to listen to his response. At this point in time, it will be hard. It will be very difficult. And I don't think they should confront him. If we like the peace we have in the country, they shouldn't confront him. Because from the look of things, I can project that the decision of George Madden, we are in 2029, will not be bought by some sedition, like the way it happened in 2023. So for us to protect...
regarding the 17,000 votes, they're giving it all that.
So it won't be bought by many of them. It won't. So let's try to protect. I know people will play politics with things in Liberia, will play politics with everything, but this one is politics. This particular appointment is politics. They want a political appointment, and we're not playing no politics. If this guy was neutral and independent, I would not sit on this platform to discuss him. I would not say,
I thought your man Chris firing about it.
Yeah, Chris firing about it, but Chris then too. They from the other side. So we that get it more that we talk about that Chris go sit down. Chris and they want for somebody to come from that camp to be appointed. Everybody want issue now. So I know if maybe the person that was appointed, that person came from the CDC camp, they will be very, very happy to work with that person. But again, I think the civil society organization in Liberia, they should be the best people to handle this kind of position because they are known for their neutrality. You cannot bring someone who has affiliated with you and you start bringing history of the person working in Ghana, working in Kenya, working in Nigeria. That guy can't go Ghana and do anything stupid in Ghana. You know that, and we all know. He will not go to Nigeria and do anything stupid in Nigeria. You know, and we all know. But in Liberia, no. The guy got personal interest in Liberia. Not in Ghana, not in Nigeria, not in Kenya.
All jokes aside, that video is very funny. very, very funny when you watch
No,
it.
the video funny. The Papi say, Lufa, they web it already. It's only in Foya, the standard burial home, the flat burial home, that 3,000 for difference. In Grand Bassa, they have already wept it. So from the result we got in our hand currently, the Unity Party has won one round victory, 90%.
Imagine giving that man power. You never win it for a round.
You know, if you made out man the election commissioner of Liberia, I will go contesting 4 different districts in Liberia and I will win everything. Because the mayor yet declare me winner. He say Nima they should want the mayor win, the other play the mayor win. But this is a serious
It's a
issue.
serious thing, yeah. It is. It's a serious thing.
It's a serious
Yeah.
issue. We got to deal with it with caution. And I
We're
think
trying to see if we can get our legal minded people. I saw my brother Garrison wrote about it. Hopefully, we can get him on here tomorrow.
yeah, let's try to bring. I don't know why we need to our counselor.
Yeah,
But again, mhm. Thank you very much for being here tonight. See you. Even though if we don't have topic, we will still try to improvise to be here to inform our listeners. It is because of us they are there, and because of them too, we are also here. So we need to be here every time to inform you people about the happenings around Liberia. Today, Senator Samuel Koga, he met with the aggrieved AFCON workers in Sanikole, along with officials from AFCON, and they discussed a couple of issues there too as well. I'm trying my possible best to get to him to get a rundown of the discussion, the meeting they held with them, and once that is done, we will come on the show here to discuss it because, like you know, we were the platform that broke the news, and as the news unfolds, we have to be there to bring you the unfolding. So as soon as I speak with the senator, we'll come on here to discuss the meeting that he held with the AFCON aggrieved workers and that of the administration or the management of AFCON Liberia. CEO, thank you for being here tonight. It's been a wonderful conversation with you. In 2 minutes, I know you've been very busy. So
yeah, this week has been very hectic, very, very busy. I've not even been able to follow things happening online. But I want to say thanks to you. Thanks for you for keeping the touch burning. You've been here always, making sure that our platform is active. I want to say thanks to our crew in Liberia. They've been pushing it lately. Takbo and his crew, Matthew, we got Genesis, AB, Samuel Bole in Lofa. I mean, everyone, all of them that have been making things happen. I want to say thanks to all of them. Let's keep it going. Let's keep the flame on fire there. This is BKST. We'll try to get more guests on here as time goes by. I want to say thank you. I know yesterday I was not here. Like you said, even today I was a little busy, but I'll try to be back here tomorrow, and we'll try to get our crew here tomorrow to get it going.
Thank you very much for being here tonight. Thank you to our listeners for also following the show. We'll be here tomorrow with another brand new edition of the Heat Hour program. Have a blessed and good evening.